fame and a name, and I'm here for you, but what did I do? It's Rhyme and Reason 943.
Here's your rhyme and reason. Oh yeah.
Hey there, Tony here, and I'm going to continue along with a little trend that I have going with some stories. Actually, one section of this episode is a story, a completely true story, as long as you're willing to suspend belief in this kind of truth. Some oddities that hopefully you'll catch on to. Let me get started. Once upon an old west morning in the little town of Glenwood Springs, the scent of freshly baked bread and coffee wafted through the air, and it woke up one of the most famous young doctors ever. He got up, walked to the window, opened the curtain, and sunshine flooded the room like liquid gold. And from downstairs he heard a voice yell out, "Good morning, birthday boy. Rise and shine. Coffee's in the cup. Time to get up." So he got dressed and splashed some water on his face and drifted down the stairs. And as he turned the corner into the kitchen, his wife, Kate, slipped a blindfold over his eyes from behind. Naturally, he was taken by surprise, but he played along. "What in the world? Who is this? What's the big idea?" he asked. "Young doctors need plenty of fresh air and sunshine too," was the reply. And with that answer, he heard the screen door squeak as Kate let him out the back door, and then she led him slowly down the 7 steps into the backyard. They walked a few more steps through the cool, soft grass, and she sat him down at their backyard picnic table. "Okay," he said, "so we're having breakfast in the backyard. Great, because I'm hungry." "Well, that is good," Kate answered. "You better be hungry, because here's a mighty big breakfast." And as she said the word breakfast, she removed the blindfold, and all around them, gathered in the big backyard, was just about the entire town of Glenwood Springs. But how they had managed to stay so quiet, that's anybody's guess, because there were kids holding balloons, adults holding coffee cups and plates and forks, and a big waving banner that read, "Happy Birthday, Doc." It was almost as if removing the blindfold flipped the switch on to a big celebration. The kids started playing, the adults started eating and drinking, and the breezes snapped the banner back and forth. Then Mayor Silverton stepped forward and handed Doc a beautifully carved wooden box. "This is for you, Doc, from all of us," he said warmly. So Doc opened the box and found a gold pocket watch. It was artistically engraved with the words, "To our hero and friend, happy birthday." Well, Doc was overwhelmed by that outpouring of love, and at first he didn't know what to say. But he held the watch close, and he thought about it for a minute or so, and then he somehow managed to say, "I've faced many challenges in my life, but nothing has touched me as deeply as this. Thank you all." As the day turned to dusk and the sky turned dark blue, under twinkling stars, and as if right on cue, everyone sang out loud, "Happy, happy birthday." What a way to show love for their Doc holiday. And that's exactly the way it was on that special birthday for one of the most famous young doctors ever, Doc Holliday, who'd be 173 today because he was born August 14th, 1851. FYI, it's not really the way it was, but it might have been if the old Doc, and he actually was a young Doc, he died at 36, if he had just made some different choices in life. Anyway, that's just one example of how I'm here for all you kiddos from 3 to 103. I've got stories you would not believe. You better not believe. I've got stories. And I'll just let you know right up front that I'm here for you because I know that you fit into one of these 5 categories. I believe you are maybe the cream of the crop, or the top of the heap, the bee's knees, the cat's meow, maybe the best thing since sliced bread. You fit into one of those categories. And maybe you've even come up with something else you think describes your effervescent and irresistible personality. If so, good for you. Or is it good on you these days? No matter. You know what you are. We'll leave it at that. Just know I'm here for you, okay? And I bet just knowing that relaxes you to your very soul. Am I right? Can I get an amen? Yeah, because before you started listening to this, you were fretting about something. And you know what they say about fretting, don't you? Well, I don't know what they say either, but I'm sure it's not complimentary or reassuring. Back to why and how I'm here for you. I'm here for you because you need a break from the negativity and the vulgarity and the instability of the news and the so-called news makers. And you need a reason to smile and forget about who said what about whom, and just remember that God is going to make everything beautiful, bright, and completely right again one fine day. Now, I had some special words I wanted to share with you about that, but I seem to have misplaced them. I searched under my computer and down the side of my desk, even looked under my cap, but the words appear to have disappeared into thin air, because nothing ever vanishes into thick air, right? Well, there's my quandary, my dilemma, my plight, my predicament, so I scratch my head and ask, did I put the words in a bag with a tag that looks like a flag? Did I stick the words in a shoe painted blue to make it look new? Did I hide the words in a drum, which to some could make me look dumb? Did I let the words out the door where they'll soar and come back no more? Did I leave the words in my head to be read by no one instead? Nope, I found the words in my eyes, so surprise, they're here for you guys. That's how I'm here for you. Thanks, as always, for joining me on another ride on the rails of rhyme and reason. And as always, I request and command and cajole and demand that you go over to TonyFunderburk.com and jump on the Rhyme and Reason bandwagon. And that way you can join the growing band of believers, and they are growing, who enjoy my books and my daily rhymes and songs and videos about the rhyme and reason and power of God's love.